Hey guys, Daniel James here, and today we are going to be taking a look at Orchestral Tools' new library, the Phoenix Orchestra, which is their collaboration with Harry Gregson Williams on Chinese ethnic instruments. And I believe they were the instruments he actually used in the Disney film Mulan. So, without further ado, this is going to be an Avin look. So what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be cracking open the library, listening to a few of the sounds, just going through some of the basic articulations. This video works with the assumption you've probably seen a few videos or official walkthroughs on this already, so you understand how the UI works. We're going to go through, listen to some sounds, and then maybe at the end we'll do a bit of writing with them. But anyway, so let's kick off. For those who are watching this on YouTube for the first time, I do these live, so you will see a chat room down at the bottom there. That is people who are watching this being recorded live, and they are chatting. I will be interacting with them throughout the remainder of this video or stream. So if I'm talking to people, that is who I am talking to. But anyway, let's just kick off. I do warn, there's going to be a lot of bad pronunciations. I don't know why I only loaded the sustains there. So this is the Yang Quinn. There's going to be some terrible English to Chinese translations today, but here we go. So, like I say, this is having a look. So we're just going to load it up and just have a play with some things. Oh, God. No sound. Here we go. I like writing in D. Yes, I always write in D. Man, I love how soft these ones get. Can you hear that? Man, that sounds so cool. It's like really soft. You know what I mean? Like when you play really soft. I love that because it's such a cool tone. I just want to see what that sounds like in something like Black Hole. Like there's no reverb on it at the minute. I just want to see how dreamy it can get. It's a bit too much reverb, really. Right, let's have a listen. The reversed hammer. So that's the back. So this would be like. I probably wouldn't use the back one as much. So that's just double. That plays triple, tremolo. So what you would probably do is... So where's my tremolo? So this is E. You know what I mean? You do something like that. And of course you could do. It feels very cimbalom, yes. Now, things like this, by the way, if you're doing a movie or something and you just want to evoke like the Chinese feel, like tremolos on these types of instruments are so powerful for that. Shing. I just think of like, I've been playing a lot of Ghost of Tsushima. And I know Japanese and Chinese music is very separated, but regionally, like that's like saying French music and English music is different. They are very, very different, but they utilize certain things that are very similar, right? So when I talk about, Ghost of Tsushima, I'm very aware of the fact that's Japanese and these are Chinese instruments. I'm aware they're two different musical fields, but like how Western music has lots of things that kind of overlap, so do most of the East Asian ones, like the Chinese and Japanese. They have lots of overlap. So if I mention one over the other, I'm more talking about the general vibe of the Eastern flavor more so than specific regional, because I'm not from China and I'm not from Japan and I didn't grow up in those musical worlds. So if I say something which is incorrect like that because it's Japanese instead of Chinese, it comes from a place of just general ignorance. Like I don't know because I didn't grow up with it. But to me, it's almost irrelevant because I'm a Western composer. And so I'm going to use these instruments to evoke, like, rather than be authentic. Authentic should be done by authentic people usually. Whereas I'm using my Western aesthetic to bring that, I'm using sounds like this to bring that, evoke that feeling, evoke that world, but using my voice, So I'll play as much pentatonic as I can, but if I throw in a non-pentatonic, I'm allowed. Here we have the Yang Quint Ensemble. Man, that sounds so cool. Anyway, I love this so much, man. Oh, by the way, I've spoken to Orchestral Tools. They're going to give me 3 copies. At least I think it's 3. I will guarantee it. There's at least one. I have 3 copies of Phoenix Orchestra to give away. And they're going to be kind enough to allow me to give them away with my competition. So we're going to be spreading out the Phoenix Orchestra love over the next couple of months. So I'm building a bucket, right? A bucket of prizes for our competition. So now there is 3 Phoenix orchestras in it. I'm going to ask Jasper Blunt, because we will be looking at Oceana Choir as well in this stream a bit later. And so when you join in these competitions, whoever wins will be getting a prize from the bucket that they can choose. Hopefully we'll have more than one. Dude, listen to how cool that is. When does it end? This current one ends next Saturday. Ends this Saturday after, yeah, so obviously not today. Oh, I like that because it's in octaves. Hang on, I just indulge me a second. So the swell, my favorite swells, funnily enough, I know you guys will be surprised to hear this, my favorite swells of all time are from a Spitfire audio library. And I want to layer them with the tremolo swells to see how they blend together. So I'm just waiting for it to load. We have a beach ball currently, so we may crash. We'll see in a second. It could just be my hard drive's opening up. There we go. That's what it was. That's how long it took for my hard drive to wake up. Right, okay. It's the Olafur Arnolds. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this one. I always load up these chamber waves. They are the nicest fucking swells that you'll ever find. I know we're looking at Phoenix, but listen. It's literally the nicest sounding swell ever. I use it all the time. But now listen to it in with the fucking... sorry, I'll try not to swear as much. With the trems from the thing. And if I put it on... Anyway, I just wanted to show, like, it. I knew that was going to blend really well, so I wanted to show that it's like usually that means that the mix is really good. If it just blends in straight away with something else, it means that the mix is on point enough that nothing stands out, so that when you layer it with something else, you get resonances everywhere. And then short tremolos. Okay, now we're on the Guzheng. I've used Guzheng in a few things before. I don't know if Andrew Asano's in today, but we did a Chinese project. I was doing a Chinese project that he helped me out on. And one of the cues that he was writing had like this amazing Guzheng in it. And we got to record it live. Sounded so good. I love working with Andrew. He gives me all the help, all the ideas. So, okay, someone explain this to me, right? Because I always want to learn and I'm always behind. So when someone's writing pentatonic in like Chinese music, right? We all know this sound. Harmonically, I was trying to ask Andrew this yesterday. Harmonically, what do the Chinese do in like their usual authentic style? If anybody knows. Because obviously, like I said, I'm a Western composer with a Western aesthetic. So I always write with like my Western way. But like, do they, when you're talking about the like the harmony, so this is your pentatonic, right? When they do the harmony, how strictly does the harmony keep to the pentatonic, or does the harmony allow for things? So like if I'm in F, for example, how often do they throw in a cheeky B flat? Does anybody know? No. How valid? I am fully aware. I'm fully aware that I can do whatever the fuck I want. If I want to put B flat, I can do it. That's not what I'm asking. I'm saying like if they were doing authentic, like if you were writing authentic Chinese music in a pentatonic, would they keep the harmony in the pentatonic? Alex, me boy. Hey, everybody, it's Alexander Wolfgang. If you don't change your name to that, I'm going to riot. By the way, everybody from now on call Alex Pfeffer Alexander Wolfgang because it is the most legitimate as fuck, badass sounding name, and that is his real name. It's part of his real name. Or at least I know that because it's on his Epic Score album. Genuinely, Alex, I want a t-shirt that says Alexander Wolfgang and then just has like the gnarliest like wolf sketch art thing, you know what I mean? Like, and it's just like a musical wolf. I want that logo. Make it for me, Alex. Be the hero. Oh, this is cool. So these ones have bends. So that means that I can... Wait, that's a whole tone, so I wouldn't want to bend it there. No, so you'd be like, yeah. Change it over to the ensemble. I should probably play it up there, shouldn't I? Anyway, how about some green teas? The lag stopped for a second then. Did you guys hear that? Like, I don't know, like, I imagine there's some sort of sacrilege about playing English folk music on Asian folk instruments. But that is the first thing I would want to do. Oh, need to go an octave down. Dun, dun, dun. So boom, boom, boom. Oh, we got some glissando. So how do these work? So they're just all different types. Oh, that is sexy. That is a nice sound. So these are sprinkles. So like if you think about music like baking a cake, stuff like glissandos are like the icing on a cake. So just adding that will instantly transport whoever's listening to it into that like Asian, like Far East Asian mindset, right? It'll put their brain in that location. And that is usually what like sprinkle type instruments are doing. It's like if you were trying to evoke the Middle East, a duduk going is enough usually to get you there, right? And so in every piece of music, you're going to need transitions. If you're just writing a piece of music in general, you definitely need it. If you're doing it to film score, you'll need it every now and again. But when the music's doing one thing and then it changes to another thing, in between, like for some reason, a lot of new composers never fill that gap. They just let that bit of music end and then the next bit of music starts. That's compositional intent, whatever, so be it. But what you should do is there's sounds called transitions, like reverse sounds, whoosh bangs, hits, having an impact land on the hit and having a whoosh that leads into it. It just allows the audience, when you do a transition, you're sort of saying to the audience, okay, this idea is wrapping up. Now we're moving into another world. And that transition is sort of letting them know that's happening. So it's sort of like if you imagine in a movie, when you're watching a Hollywood movie or whatever, when it's being edited, when they're editing the actual scene, if it crossfades from one to another, you know that it's not a continuation, it's not an exact continuation. Say there's like a car chase, right? And then it cuts to a guy walking. Your brain might think, oh, did the guy get out the car? Because it's an immediate cut, so it still feels related. It still feels like the same scene is happening, just like it was a hard cut and there was no indication, there was no transition out of it. But if it fades to black and then fades up to something else, you know that you're in a different location. This is ended and that started. Sometimes they do it with a crossfade. You're like, okay, whatever that was is transitioned and now we're somewhere else. If you don't add the transition, it takes it like most people pick it up in a few seconds. But for a few seconds, people are like, oh, wait, am I actually still in the previous bit? Like, and I'm talking about editing. We're still in the car chase, but why is there a person standing? So when you have music and you have two different sections, say you have like your A theme and your B theme, you can just go from A theme to B theme. But if you put a transition in between, people or the listeners are being informed and they will know it subconsciously. They don't think it, but they know that when this transition ends, the thing that follows it is going to be something new or something different from what I just heard, because the transition informed me that we are going from one thing to another. The same way in a movie, fading to black and fading up implies the passage of time. Fading from one to another implies the passage of location or the passage of situation. That's what we do in music. A musical transition is the same thing. It's an indicator to the audience that the idea is different now. So reset, recalibrate what you're listening to. Have a listen. Try and pick up what I'm trying to show you because we have moved on to the next thing. What is Luan Yin? Luan Yin. Oh, it just means smack the motherfucker. Luan Yin means smack the shit out of it. I could probably use that. Nice. Right, now we're in the Luaquin. Luaquin? Oh, it goes up quite high. Oh, this is a very small instrument. Doesn't quite work, does it? Oh, this one's got chords there. Let's listen to those. That's major. That's minor. What's this? Fifths? Oh, God. Wait, what? Okay, so how do we change that? So I'm pushing the same note. Notice it goes up and then down. So with this one, I guess you would just sort of use it once, right? That's a buzzy. New notes reset. Now you see it goes left, right, left, right. Wonder if random round robin. Yeah, you don't want to do that. All right, they just cut off. Probably wouldn't use that one as much. That is one that you put in to kind of fill out a rhythm or something. So like you'd have your downbeat. And then you break down. And you just put it in there to add like some things. I'd probably do some sound design with that as well. Right, liquid. So now we're on the pipper. Create some shadows. I'm tempted. We'll do that afterwards, though. It's another small sounding one. OTT it. Okay, let me just put an OTT on it, see what happens. To be honest, you can hear all the to be honest, when you put OTT on it, it immediately sounds like it's going to go into like a modern trap song. Yeah, you know. Do you know what I mean? Like when they're evoking in trap and hip hop and stuff, when they're evoking, kind of how it goes. So that's the funny thing. Like if you put OTT on, you're gonna hear all the sounds, and so I'm gonna hold like because it's a short articulation. Or not. If I hold the sustain, listen to all like the extra like voices and stuff in the background. Just that big breath at the end. Right, he was ready. Under players breathing on the edge of silence. Well, yeah, that was. We won't go into all of that. Oh, this one has like triples and quadruplets. I don't know why you would use that though. Oh, I guess because that doesn't have round robin. I wish that had round robin. I mean, I guess they compensate by giving you the doubles. Harmonics. I know. I do actually want to hear what's down there in this one. Doesn't go that low. Lots of lip slapping. Chord strum fast. Oh, I like the sound of that one. Notification. Nope. So this one doesn't seem to have like the chords, the different types of chords, but this is more like Boom. Jono, not Bono. Jono, not Bono. Didn't you just start your own YouTube channel? Is that something I heard? Is that something? You got a big green screen. Was that you? Might have been you. I saw that you had a big green screen or something. I was impressed with the production quality. Oh, I like this one. Jono, you can post the link to your YouTube if you want in the chat room. For those who don't know, Jono just set up a YouTube channel and he's got this massive green screen. So if I remember right, he had like a life jacket on with like waves in the background or some shit. That's funny. And the reason I'm happy to promote Jono is he's bringing humor, comedy, and fun to the industry. You know what I mean? They can't. There's nothing worse. There's nothing worse in a creative industry than the dry. Okay, I'm trying to word this where I don't swear. The driest. It's the driest. Oh, when someone's trying to be serious in our industry, when someone's being super dry. This tremolo is really weird. It's like it's in time. Why does this tremolo scare me? But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, our industry is creative. It should be about humor. It should be about fun. It should be about coming together and, you know, having a good laugh with each other. You know, the worst ones are the boring, and here is this, and this is how you do this thing. I mean, they serve a purpose. But the thing is so many people have set up like YouTube channels and stuff trying to, you know, like I've seen so many of the biggest YouTube channels. You know, and they're bone dry and they give the education and stuff. But then at that point, they become just teachers, you know, and there is a place in the world for teachers. But in creative fields, you know, there definitely needs to be people who are just having fun with it, you know. I always feel bad as well because like a lot of these really talented people end up becoming teachers, music teachers. I guess that's me, so I can feel bad for myself. They end up becoming music teachers, but then that's all people ever see them as, you know, like they're great composers, they're great musicians in their own right, but because they're teachers, people don't really value their composition as much. I actually want to change the key. Ooh, I'm playing badly today. I apologize. know, like they don't do it like that. It's more like ostinato, isn't it? It's more like. You wouldn't play like that either, would you? I don't like my Western muscle memory happens so often. No, hybrid punk. This is 100% me currently. I'll tell you when it's lag. It's weird when I stream. There's usually like I don't know how far. There's like a, I don't know, 10 to 20 millisecond delay when I push the keys when I'm streaming, but it fluctuates depending on the CPU usage for some reason. And sometimes it just gives me full speed. So I'll be doing this and you'll hear like a riff will be like this. So I'll be going this speed. But every now and again you'll get. Because it just lets me have the lag back, you know? Yes, I just suck. But you see, that's the thing. I'm. It's weird. Most people don't understand this, like in the real world. Composers understand it, but most people don't understand that just because I'm a composer doesn't make me a virtuistic piano player. I think I prefer the tremolo on these ones. Nice. So that was the pluck strings. How are you guys feeling after the pluck strings? So that was the pluck strings we just did. You liking them? I loved them. I thought they were great. The Gaohu. I imagine all the Chinese people watching this, hearing my pronunciation, being like, "Jeez." Right, the Gaohu. Oh, it has a bow change in it. So did they have, I forget, I haven't done this in a while. Did they have reverb in these libraries? Is there more reverb? Do we have that or do we have to add that afterwards? Because I forgot. So anyway, I'm adding the tree mic. So for those of you who don't know, you know, Sign Player does have mic positions. I'm just going to put my reverb on it quick. I'm going to put my string bus reverb on it just to see what it sounds like. So that's with the legato. Let's have them play like some really Western things. It's actually really good. I imagine they don't play that high though. Usually. What I really need is like, for these, I'm going to set this up I apologize if some of you don't like this as a concept, but when I listen to sounds for myself, and so I'm going to do it with you guys, I tend to do it contextually rather than soloed like that. So I'll put something like that in there. Yeah. Okay, so I can't really do it that way. Man, that goal house sounds so cool. Let's listen to the ensemble. Let's change the key. Change the key. We'll change the starting note. Okay, so I'm actually going to have to change the key more because it's too... We're going to go down. Probably wouldn't use that like that, but yeah. So it'd be like... Beautiful sound. Beautiful sound. Beautiful. It is beautiful. It is beautiful sound. Right. Let's go to, we're on the Erhu. Erhu. Okay, it doesn't go that low. It's very quiet, so I'm going to turn it up if I can. Main, do we have a volume on the main? You wouldn't do it like that. That little at the end. Such a cool sound, isn't it? I love it. I'm in the vibe zone. It happens. It happens. Sorry about that. By the way, Alex, if you haven't posted the link to your stream, you can as well. I don't mind. Jono, you posted your link, right? Because I want this to be like a community of people who all think the same. And by that, I mean culturally. Like, we all want to just have fun with music rather than it be like a dry, like, now you must put this, you cannot put that there. Like, that's why I want like the people to promote themselves. It's like Alex, Dirk, Chris, Jono, you know, like they're all people who are just having bants, you know, like laughing and they make their streams fun to watch. And that's what music should be. So, you know, we should promote and build like a little community of that. Do it, dude. Do it. I wonder if this one will work better if we have the proper sustains. Doesn't sound like harmonics to me. Most of this is CSS. The Gu Queen? No, they got the Yang Queen, right? Not the Gun Queen. It got stuck for a second then. Oh, I like that. Too much of it with the ensemble. Erhu ensemble. I preferred the solo one, I think. I'm going to take it off of the string so it's just by itself. Because like the range is sort of like one octave of A to A, really. From like that A up to like that A. And then beyond that, it starts getting a little... Another cool thing to do is to, I mean, we can set this up and then be like, dum, dum. Dum, dum, dum. Doesn't go down that far. Doesn't go... I sang the line. Doesn't go down that far. Right, now we're on the Zhonghu? Zhonghu? I want to put that in black hole quick, just because that sounded really cool. And it's going to sound really dreamy. Okay, so this kind of music, this is like our hero has just learnt that his town was attacked while he's away at war. And he's distraught. Little bit cheese on the bend. Doesn't go that high. So you can imagine the scene, right? It's very grey, very desaturated. It's in war, and they're like, Liangzhu, they're gone. And he's like, who's gone? Everybody. What do you mean everybody? I mean everybody, man. No, you can't mean everybody. My family's there, man. My family's there. Man, you gotta stay here, man. There's nothing left for you there. There's nothing left for you there, man. And like they're trying to hold him back, you know, because he's trying to run. Now he's thinking about his family. Thinking about the good times. Nice. Retroactive record. Nah, that was just for you guys. You see, if ever I play something nice on stream, that's just for you guys. It's my composition, but they're like rare ones. They're rare compositions. They're made in the moment, and from that moment on, they exist. They are my work, but you guys are the only ones who ever get to hear it. Because if I save it, then then it just becomes a song. But then, probably wouldn't use the sustains much. So I imagine the ornaments are like the other one. And then we know what those do. Tremolos are always important to listen to. The trills. Bum, 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 bum. Nice crossfading on the trems and trills. Let's have a listen. Great crossfading on the trems. It doesn't sound, to be honest, it doesn't sound like there's too many dynamic layers going on. It sounds like it's more of a crossfade, but sounds fine. Like I'm not hearing the crossover point, which usually implies that it's not, because everything has one of those. But yeah. Oh, now we got the ensemble version of this. Oh God. That is a weird sustained note I just put there. Dum, dum, dum. This one doesn't have tremolo, which was a shame. Right, let's listen to the cello ensemble. I mean, this just sounds like a cello. Or whatever it is. I like that. There's only one ornament though, so you can only ever do that once. And the double bass. Ooh, dissonant. I like it. Right, so that's that. So now we're on to the wins. How are you feeling, guys? Okay. So, how are you feeling so far? How are you feeling? Feeling good? You enjoying it? I'm loving the sound so far, personally. I'll just set up that bed. The bangdy. Oh, I'm way too low. I'm going to put this in black holes just for a second. Wait, what would that be? Something like that. But if you were doing that, you'd have to put it in F. Something like that. Right. Okay, yeah. That's just the sustain. This is sustain legato. Put some soothe 2 on it. Is it a bit harsh? Let's have a look how harsh. It's probably this bit, right? Yeah. Yeah. So those ornaments are really good for adding like extra just vibes in there. But like they're so particular, you have to be kind of sparse with them. Nope. Sign player. So the Queedy and the Bangdy sound the same, or did I load the same one twice? hang about. Just gotta ban the bot. Ban the bot. Oh, listen again. Beautiful, beautiful. Now we're on to the Sheng. Oh no, I didn't mean to load it there. I'm trying to just keep them all in one sound, you know, one MIDI channel. Yeah, maybe if I put it in sustains. Swells long. Lovely. Flutter tongue. What does that sound like? Chords tremolo. Yeah, I've currently got a little bit of reverb on it. The reason I put reverb on it is I honestly don't see that many people not using reverb on dry samples. Like, I'll show you them dry at request, but usually, who the fuck is playing them dry? Really? But yeah, anyway. So that's like completely bone dry, just with my reverb on. My reverb's more like an ambience anyway. I mean, like, listen, there's not really much of a reverb tail going on. With it off, with it on. Like, there's not much of a tail. It just adds ambience, makes it fit. That's really cool, actually. So one of the things that happens is if you do like a quick ornament of your own, it actually does it quite well. So if I go, you hear, boom, I'm playing that in. So. Can you hear? Like, it does that really well. One thing that happens, like, you can usually tell the quality of a legato based on how well you can flick another note. So listen to this. That to me sounds natural. So when you go, you can make your own ornaments and it sounds natural. I actually really like that because you can go. Not that you would do that, but Guy Michael Moore says that CSS is a lower tier library. Well, I'm going to have to disagree with Mr. Guy Michael Moore on that one. I think it's one of the greatest string libraries ever created. Fight me. No, don't fight me. I feel like that guy could probably destroy me. He's old, but he's wily. You're not going to see me jump in a swimming pool with a keyboard anytime soon. Why is my pedal is backwards? Hang on. Yeah, there we go. That's kind of a cool vibe. I'm going to put some Black Hole on this one. Guys, this is fucking incredible. I don't have half Guy's energy now. I wish I just had half of Guy's energy all the time. Guys, I can't, sorry, we're going off on tangents, but I can't stress enough how awesome that is. I don't know how many of you caught what I was trying to point out there. But you can ornament and like, when you play an actual flute or something, you flick notes. You go like, da 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 ba da da da. Like, it's just how you ornament things. You know, like string players have a certain tremolo way or whatever. Sorry, vibrato that they will do. You know, everybody phrases things differently. And it does the flick legatos amazingly. Like this. Now I'll turn off Black Hole so you can hear it a lot cleaner. Holy shit. DJ, here's half my golf winnings from this morning. Sorry I'm late. I'm sure you missed me. Enjoy your McDonald's. Thank you so much. So many people have bought me McDonald's today, but what you're really doing is buying me medication. I should totally do that. I should put like a food bar and a health bar on my screen that you can donate to, and you get to choose what the donations go towards. How does this compare to Jade? This one, like, I like the Jade tone a lot. Like, the Jade tone is good for sustain, but if I'm doing anything nimble, I feel like I'm going to lean on this because it's got the flick. Okay, I'll try it. Like, that's too unnatural, those ones. But like going... You know what I mean? Like just flicking it. Because if you hold it, like it doesn't sound great. There's no aftertouch on any... I don't know if the sign has it, but I don't use aftertouch anyway. Like I would never pitch down. Like the only time I ever pitch up, so let's say I'm in D minor, right? This isn't D minor, but if I was, because most of you know it, I would only really use that pitch bend to go from the A to the B flat or the A to the A sharp, you wouldn't have two A's, but you know what I mean. So like the only place where a pitch bend really works is there's nowhere in D that works. I mean, a little bit. You can do it there. Doesn't work on the third. Works a bit on the fourth. Works a little bit on the C. Definitely works on the fourth. The fifth works. You know, it's like contextual, but I feel like it works on the A. So sustain's accented. That's going to be good. So the sustain's accented is going to be good for when you're doing themes. Yeah. How'd you go? Yeah, I wonder what that would sound like. I wanted to throw in a thing, but I hit the wrong note. Wait, it'll be back. I love that you guys recognize that theme, by the way. Let's see if you give a shot back with the plucked up bowed strings again, as well as bending it, not as much at the wind instruments. Yeah, we'll do that at the end. Just remind me. The trills are really slow. Well, you know you make me want to shout. That's what I hear. Well, does anybody else hear it? Well, and then we got some flat tongue in there. Right now we got some bow. Some bow. Okay, this has a very small range. Okay, so how would we do this? Let's put it in different key. This has a very small range, so. Okay. DJ, so is this a library you would have used on a previous stuff? This is a library I'm using on stuff right now. It can do that really well. Beautiful sound. Right, so now we're in the Hulusi. The Holosi? Holos? What's the range? Same range. Okay, it doesn't go that low. The stuff you're writing for is... That's what my brain does when I see Chinese characters. I can't read them. The other day I had to render trills. I had to render stems for a client, a Chinese client. But they had changed the names of all the cues I'd done into Chinese names, right? So I did like badass cue version 3.2 or whatever. And then they sent it and it's just... And I they're like, we need the stems for these ones. And I'm like, I know which ones they are, but I need to know what they're called so that I can find the correct version. Oh, drone. Okay, we're just going to hold the drone on that for now then. No. What note is that in the real world? C. What note is that? It's a B. No, wait, not a B. It's an A. That's what I meant. I can see it's an A. But for some reason, it wasn't sounding as an A. Sorry, my keyboard wasn't sounding as an A, even though it was transposed back to normal key. I mean, it's a nice drone. Ooh. Right now we've got the Halcyon F, which will be the same sound, but different. This one has a few different types of expression as well. So we'll see. We'll see what this one does. Oh, I didn't notice that. So the doubles actually add a sustain afterwards. So you can... Same with the triple. So it continues with a sustain afterwards. Oh, I do like this. I do like swells. But it doesn't go high. There's not enough range on this instrument for me. I need more. I need more range. Now, I could do that with this, right? Yeah, I can extend the range by just using orchestral tools things. But then you start... That's one thing, by the way, that we'll be able to do with this compared to Jade. I know a lot of people are going to compare this to Jade, is like... We can extend this as far as we want it. Sure, it won't sound amazing the further out of the range you go, but we have the option in this. What does it sound like an octave higher than it should be? Not good. That works. I just love being able to go outside the range that you're supposed to. Just a weird thing I have. Go on then. Let's have a listen. Go on then. That is reedy as fuck. Okay, we can rebuild. Pretty nice vibe. We'll set up some sort of like tension. Sounds almost sounds legit like a duduk. I know the scale's making it Middle Eastern, but it sounds like a duduk in terms of its actual tone. But if it was in Chinese scale, no, so bien. It's a cool sound. Go on. All right, let's move on to the jun. Jun. Probably good. I like that sound. Be good. This one feels like it wants Black Hole. Yeah, it sounds super like soft and glassy. Lovely sound. Oh, jeune in D. I like jeune in D. Be good. Be good. Oh, it's got an even more glassy vibe. Sounds legit like glass. Wouldn't use that. It's sad the jeune in D doesn't have the same legato and stuff. Still fun though. Right, let's go. Oh god, Gaulian. How was that? Oh my goodness. That is it. That I need to turn Soothe back on for this one. That's a tough one to listen to, isn't it? Not a sound I would use personally that much. Like the thing is like some of the instruments just like some of the different instruments from other places just don't hit. Like for whatever reason, I have no emotional connection to that type of sound, or at least I didn't feel it when I played it then. So so I tend not to use those ones in work, you know. But then that's what makes everybody sounds like themselves. I played through it, so you heard what it sounded like. Not personally a type of sound I would use, but you know, you guys might. You would use it as a background instrument. Me too. I don't think I'd use it as a lead. I'd probably layer it in with like a main string or a horn or something. Like just as a layered, like in octaves or something, like with this an octave above or below, well, above probably. Just to add the flavor, but like I wouldn't pick this as a main instrument over, say, a zhao. Or like, you know, any of the first few instruments, or even the glassy zhuns, you know, like I would probably go for that type of sound in general over a reedy sound. I don't like reedy sounds in general. I like them, but they have to be in certain situations, like you have to be in a bagpipe or something, you know, like that type of music in order to enjoy it as much. They're just too aggressive for me. Nice. And now we're on to percussion. Oh, goodness. We got through this quick. Right. Chinese percussion menu. This will be a bit more difficult to show, so we'll do a MIDI one with this. Jesus. I don't think I've ever known an instrument go up into fucking the 8. That's a lot of fucking sounds. That is a lot of sounds, guys. Okay, let's program like a simple rhythm. Three plus 3 plus 2, because we can't be asked to think. That'd sound like a metronome. No. No, single hits, please. Please, sir. I need... Please. D sharp 8. Okay. Like this percussion, I probably wouldn't use that much. It's too dry for my personal taste, but 100% I could layer this in with my... Like I wouldn't use this just as is, you know? But like I would layer it in as part of my... Let me just load up my actual perk. I'll just put in like some low drums or something. And then I'll play this perk over it. Because that's the thing. I don't tend to use things just by themselves. I don't think any of you guys do either. Do any of you guys just specifically stick to one library for everything? It's like, this is handling all my drums now, and this is handling all my strings now. Like, I never tend to do that. I always tend to pick what is best and how things work contextually together. So, like, these drums are super dry. So first things first, I would definitely have something that filled out the range, and then I would use these to augment or make bigger, you know, make more interesting. if I could. But what do you guys think so far of the so we've covered all the melodic instruments, which I imagine is most of what you guys are after. So what are you guys thinking of that so far? You enjoying it? Did you like the sound? Are you in? Are you out? I'm curious to hear where you are on the melodics. Right, we'll just put that in there for now. Let's get rid of these plugins. Damn. And then, you know. Fuck it, I can't do it with the lag. Dun dun dun. So it'd be like 1 dun dun bam bam. So I'd probably program, you know, whatever. This isn't going to be great, but we'll just. It's impossible. I mean, like, yeah, that would work, but it's a little bit too dry for what I'm trying to do, isn't it? That would. I actually want to do 16ths there. I want to digga 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 digga. It's this one that's fucking everything up. It's a bit fast, isn't it? It's a bit fast. Maybe what, like 135? No, not 135. And then I'd probably put like the balance. this sounds like on other instruments. By the way, these always sound so rigid when I do them on stream. It's really annoying because normally I play them in like dun 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 bum 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 ba da ba da ba. But there's so much lag, I can't get a natural flow, so I just have to grid it. You know, I know that's not amazing, but okay. So that's like that's the general, just because they had it set up so that you have one that's just all of them, and now are the rest out like split out versions of this? I think it is, right? We'll have a listen, but if they are, then we'll get rid of this. I think these are just the same. They might not be. Actually, no, these sound a lot more beefy. Let's just delete everything. Wait. Wait, what? I'm going to put some reverb on it. The reverb actually makes it worse. I think these need to be louder. That would work quite well. I could definitely see me using that one. I think it's just the same ones. It's just split out. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep playing it and swapping it out because they're all like individual hits kind of spread out. Except this one. So with these ones, percussion in particular usually works better with other microphones. So let's just see that. Yeah, it definitely needs both microphones. Yeah, so by itself. Without the mic. They should definitely be turning both microphones on for the percussion. With both. Just the close. Not all the drums, just the high Chinese, just this. Their tree mics are really good sounding, by the way. I will do that with all the rest of them as well. Yago Shogu. And this one's different. Just move that out of the way. I like it when you get given something like this, where there's like a smaller version, because sometimes you can write rhythms just by. Yeah, so for this we could go da 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 da. Yeah. Yeah, so like we could set like, it's a good way to do drums. You have like the big hits, and then you have like the ghosty notes, because then you could just put the accents down. So if we were doing 3 plus 3 plus 2. Wait, 1 2 3. It would be 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2, right? And then you can put little ghosty notes in like this, and then some. They're still accents, but if you put them on strong beats, not like I did there, like an idiot. And you see, look, I didn't even change any of the fucking. I didn't change any of the MIDI data. So then what I tend to do is take the ones that are doing the fast bits, the 16ths, and then just try and keep. This is the best way of doing it, because if you want to add random, so I click and then I drag my pen across, right? You see, because if my pen like will move, you see, like no matter what my shape is doing, where my pen is, if I'm holding the mouse down, it does it. So I try and find the volume I actually want them, and then try to just go straight across, because no human being can do an actual straight line. So you end up creating a lot of more natural, like MIDI variation, because you're dragging across, but you can't keep your hands straight. And then we accent all these bottom ones, turn those up like this. You see, that's why it's useful. It's like a different way, because then, like, maybe we should put that forward as a way to do drums. Put accents on one key. Yeah, put accents on one key and then ghosty notes on another. Then that way, when you want to do a rhythm, you can see the rhythm, because the strong beat, the accents are the ones that have the hit, and you can turn up and down the accents independently. See, because if it was set up that way, like this is currently, if I want to turn my accents up or down, I just highlight the ones that are on the C, and then the ones that are going to be like the ghost notes are going to be the ones on C sharp or D flat, whatever you want to say. And then that just allows me control over the individual like parts, so the separation between the two. So by itself, like that. But then if I want my accents higher, I can just literally come to my accents and pull them up. Or try the mixer. Can you hear how 3D that goes when you turn on the other microphone? That's the power of microphone positions, by the way. Close mic by itself. Oh, I turned off both. Close mic by itself. But then you throw on another mic. Listen to how 3D it goes. Ready? Probably have it in the mix down there like that. Nice one. Where are we up to? Shogu, Paigu, Paigu. We can put this one down here. And then way you wrote that, River. Paigu. This one actually sounds quite cool. Paigu. Zhao Tangu. I'm trying to think how their accent sounds, because like people always say it's taking the piss, but it's not. It's like how they pronounce words gives you an indication of how it's supposed to be pronounced. So I'm not doing like a mocking accent. It's like I'm trying to find how they would say it, like shogu, like they, because like if I was to read that in my accent, it'd be shogu, right? And obviously I've never heard a Chinese person go shogu before, right? So I'm trying to shogu. I'm trying to think how it sounds when I've heard them speak. Xiao Tonkotsu. Right, we already did those ones. Xiao Tangu. I love with a passion that there is a drum called the bangu. The bangu. The bangu drum. And it sounds like a Spanish, like that, you know? What are they called? What are they called? The clacker things that they have. The Spanish people, you know, when they're in their weird customs. Castanets, thank you. So a lot of the sounds are this kind of vibe, right? Welcome, General PPPPPP. Welcome to the show. Right, my these ones are quite nice. Like clickers are very important when you're doing like the breakdown section, or when you're doing fast ones. It's like you'll probably be able to hear them cutting through actually. And if I was to put something like replica on it, you know, like a delay. Right? Like you can build like extra rhythms with the way I've always described it is the best way to think. All instruments feel like this. The lower in frequency you go, the less of them you play. The higher the frequency, the more of them you can play fast and get away with it. And that applies to drums, string instruments, brass instruments, any instrument, whatever. If you're playing a low frequency, you want to be playing it less often. That's why low drums are usually just going, because if you had the low drum and we played, I mean, I'll just give you a prime example. I'll just take that really fast bit that we were just doing. And I'll put it on a low drum. Ready? Yeah. And it won't sound good. That's the thing. So it will sound like... Right? It just doesn't sound good. But if you go to a slightly higher one, a little bit better, you go to an even higher one. Go to an even higher frequency, and it should... It's starting to become more clear. Then we go higher. We'll put that on an actual... Put that on an actual drum. Like you go higher. Actually, that's not high. But then eventually you get so high that you end up in the clicky territory. And it sounds like... And you see how the higher the frequency, the easier it is to discern the difference between the individual hits. So if you have a low frequency and you're trying to go fast, you can't hear the individual hits. You can't hear the individual transients, because when it goes low frequency, the transients are usually the first thing that fuck off, right? But when you go super high, clicky, you can go almost as fast as you want and still keep definition. So check, like you can hear every individual hit of this, right? Right? You can hear every single hit. So what happens, for example, if we were to take this and let's half time it, right? So, well, we're double timing it. We're making it even fast. Let's see if we can hear it when it's 30-second notes. It's more difficult, but it's definitely easier to discern the difference than if we were to do it with a low frequency. So, I mean, in a low frequency, it falls apart, but the same rhythm playing on high frequency, even though you can't really tell the rhythm here, it's like you can hear each individual hit, right? So always keep that in mind, and keep that in mind for every instrument, not just percussion. Like if you have low bass, double bass strings, and you're trying to get them to go, they're not going to do it. You're not going to hear the definition between the notes. Cellos can kind of do it, but they have higher end feel to them. Like you have to go with each instrument, but in general, the higher the frequency feels, the quicker you can play notes and have a difference between. That's why the high strings are usually the ones playing the really fast ostinato instead of the low ones, because if the double bass was do it, you wouldn't be able to hear the difference. So there is that. Right, so this one's going to be... Oh, these are just some cool cymbals. So you got some rolls, normal hits. Like, there's no point showing those in a mix, really. I mean, if you want me to, I can. Here we go. Let's just... Oh, did I delete all the other drums? Oh, no, I just moved it over there. I mean, if you wanted an idea of how it sounded. Zhonglao and Xiaolao. Luao? How would you do Luo? So that would be Zhong and Xiao. Xiao and Zhong, but Luo? Zhongluo? How would you pronounce that? Can someone fill me in? Lu? So Zhonglu and Xiaolu? Ding, 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 bow. These ones, I like these cymbals, by the way. These were missing from Jade, and I had to find them in Q, I think it is. These are my favorite types of cymbals. If you're doing Chinese music, these fucking nail. Particularly if you're doing like Hong Kong cinema style stuff. You know what I mean? They've got like a trashy vibe to them. Beautiful. Chinese cymbals, how do they differ? I actually kind of like these. A lot of the percussion you're hearing in the background isn't from the library, by the way. I'm using it to show, because these ones are quite dry and small, and so it's better to show how I'm going to use them, like in context. What is this one? Same vibe. then... So if we create like some sort of pattern, slow, medium, and then faster at the top. So this top line can be a little bit more adventurous. Beautiful. And I think with that, that brings us to the end of this Avin a look at Orchestral Tools, Phoenix Orchestra. So firstly, what did you guys think? Let me tell you my thoughts. So firstly, I think it's an incredible sounding library. The actual recordings in the room they're recorded in sound fantastic. The mic positions actually sound pretty good. I wish there was a little bit more definition, particularly with like, I'll just quickly show you the mic positions on the other things because we didn't really show them too much, but like Yanquin, so like these beautiful sounding, but then when we put them with beautiful set, but I wanted to show you it on a wind. Let me find a wind instrument. The Zhao, because we love the Zhao. Like the room is a good ambient sounding room. Like that, I would have preferred, I think, an option of a bigger room with another mic position that had a bit more reverb tail in it. I think that would have gone down quite well. But Chinese music tends to feel quite dry anyway. But then just because something used to be or is traditionally a certain way doesn't mean you have to do it that way. I personally prefer lots of reverb. So for things like that, it's a very dry library. I would add like my Arts acoustic reverb, which I put on everything. And it doesn't require a lot because the ambience is so solid in the recording. Like if you have a solid ambience, early reflection, you know, just the vibe of the sound of the room around the instrument recording, you can add reverb and it sounds natural and great from the get-go. So I'm not worried about this being able to blend with other instruments. It's beautifully recorded. The legato on the winds is superb to the point where you can do the flick. Which means when you're writing lines, you can actually be more natural because when flute players play, they tend to go da 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 da, like they flick notes. It's just one of the things you can do on that type of instrument. And that legato is so perfectly done. And that's what I mean when whenever I'm talking about innovation or pushing things forward. Legato like this is great because that allows you to play, it allows you to express a more musical human approach to playing a line. Like if you can't do like da da da, sometimes that's all it needs to just put you in the correct motion. Like if you just go dun, it means one thing, but if you're like dun, 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 it kind of adds a little bit of tension, adds a little bit of interest, keeps your ear listening. But also when you're doing phrases and, you know, you're doing some big melodic melody and it's flying and it's, you know, it's flying through with the strings or whatever, just being able to, you know, just having those little flicks in between and stuff makes it feel more natural. And it's because of those little things, those little legato things that make it feel more natural, makes it feel more human. And when it feels more human, you can connect to the emotion of what the composer's trying to say, you know, because the instruments are reflecting or more accurately representing what they wanted the instrument to do. Now, I personally tend to write for the sample. So if the sample can't do something, I just don't try and do it with the sample. There's no point. It's going to sound shit. So when samples give me the ability to be more musical with my lines, I 100% take the opportunity to do it because I know it will sound better and it's given me the option. So that is incredible. The strings sound good. I love that they gave you the solo and ensemble versions of them all. The plucked strings all sound great. The percussion, a little bit too clean. I would have preferred maybe some bigger percussion, like some taiko type stuff, you know, like really roomy sound so that you got like a full frequency spectrum to play with. This feels like quite low mid to high and no low stuff really, and it's all very dryly recorded. So I would have preferred a little bit more on that, but to be honest, I wouldn't be buying this for the percussion. It's got the Chinese cymbals, which I was missing, so I'm really happy we've got those. But for me, the woodwinds and the strings are so fucking good that this is worth every fucking penny. For the record, I did get a review copy of this, so I didn't pay the money. So I do want to mention that because people call me out on it when I'm saying something's worth the money when I didn't pay for it myself. If I did not get this for a review, I would be buying this myself 100% because I value it worth the money. The sounds beautiful recordings, beautiful legato, on point, and it's a collaboration with Harry Gregson Williams, who some of you may know is perhaps my favorite film composer. So I mean, it's for me, this is the ideal library. I'm working on a lot of Chinese video games at the minute, so the ones that need that kind of East Asian vibe. Now I have some super high quality stuff to go alongside my Stress Off Jade, and now I am fully complete. I love that out of nowhere, this niche was filled so perfectly by everyone all at the same time. But I think it's an absolutely incredible library. I'm glad that the Orchestral Tools have branched out into these new fields. I'm hoping they do more of it. I would love to see some more regions, perhaps Japanese regions covered, or, just general Asian vibes, or maybe some like Middle Eastern instruments or some Indian instruments. Orchestral Tools have proved that they are capable of recording outside of the general orchestra and with superb results. So it makes me excited for their future libraries, and it makes me think of all the things now that I want that they haven't recorded yet, but they could potentially. Mongolian, Korean instruments. Like, I would love to see an extension. I would love to see Phoenix Expansion 1 that covers, you couldn't do it because, it's Chinese or whatever. But, like, if you just had, like, the East Asian bundle or whatever. So you had the Phoenix Orchestra, and then you had, like, I don't know, the Rising Sun Orchestra. I don't know what you'd call the Japanese one. And then, like, all these different ones. That would be great. Or if they were just expansions, and they all came together. I would love that. I would love some ethnic orchestral tools, because orchestral tools always seem to nail what they go for. They nail it. Like, some people just kind of do the sounds like that. That's why I liked both of the two new ethnic instruments, both Jade and Phoenix Orchestra. They're both very good. And like, a lot of people would ask me to compare them. And it's like, it's a difficult one because they're like the same instruments and they're both really, really good. Orchestral Tools is a lot more dry, and dry, clean, but perfection. So legato lines are very clean, very focused, but very natural sounding. Strezov seems a bit more cinematic out the box from how I remember recalling it. And it has a lot more kind of rhythmic things, like they have a lot more chord strums and things like that. So between the two, depends what you're after in terms of tone, depends what you're after in terms of articulation. Both would be great. As I mentioned as well, Orchestral Tools have been kind enough to provide us with some copies of Phoenix Orchestra for our bi-weekly composer competition. So that was incredible of them. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, having a look at Phoenix Orchestra. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is where the video is going to end. So please do make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, or whatever it is we do on YouTube. It changes all the time. So whatever it is you do on YouTube, you want to stay informed, make sure to do that. As I mentioned, we're doing this on Twitch, twitch.tv/hybrid2, written as a word, HYBRIDTWO. That's where we do this live. You can see down there the chat room at the bottom there, chatting away. The Discord link there below, which is where we also discuss all the competition. So if you're interested in the competition, follow that Discord link that's just disappearing now. It's just disappeared, but you can just wind back the video on YouTube. Join the Discord. That's where you'll see all the people that are in my chat room currently. They go and they share each other's tracks. And then after 2 weeks, we listen to all of the tracks that are submitted in the competition on stream. I give some advice from my point of view. And then one of you guys... then the chat room will vote on the winner, and then the winner will get a copy of the Phoenix Orchestra. We have 3 of them to give away, so it's going to be going over a long time. So if you missed this one, don't worry, enter the next one. We should have it then. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. And if you're watching on YouTube, we will see you in the next one.